What's going on, good brother?
You know, we've been missing you here at Accelerated Radio because you have a unique perspective as an entrepreneur, as someone who found his path in life and then built his empire. Please tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, my background, I'm a celebrity car builder. I grew up in Compton, California, restoring classic cars. I was one responsible for helping a lot of our brothers take them businesses out of the backyards and putting them in professional settings on the main streets with business license on the wall, and converting a lot of our brothers and convicted felon car thieves into legal business owners, tax-paying citizens now.
So a lot of these brothers didn't have their degrees.
They didn't. None of them brothers had degrees. Them brothers was 1 foot away from doing life in prison, in and out, you know.
And your love and desire and passion for restoring vintage cars save some lives. You have to look at it like that. A lot of people are lost and don't have direction. And then there's a cookie cutter plan for success that demands that, well, if you go to college, and I know that's not always the best path for everyone, brother. So, I mean, you know, help us maneuver that.
Well, you know, that's why now I'm a public speaker, meaning I came to the school system. I used to be one of them brothers sitting up on top of the hill looking down like, what's up with them people down there? Why they ain't doing this and why they doing that? And, you know, and I got tired. I said, man, I'm sitting here complaining about the problem, but I had the power to fix the problem or at least help. You know what I'm saying? I know enough people down there in Compton. So, man, I found myself into the school districts, and I had boots on the ground. I said, let me go find out for myself. Because you know what they say, if you want something done,
do it yourself.
So, brother, I had to do it myself.
So you knocked on enough doors, and you made those connections connect. And then fast forward to today. I mean, I see you, you know, doing the work in the community, and the young people. Everybody not going to be a car enthusiast, but people are drawn. There's enough young people drawn to what you are doing, brother, and I can see your impact. How close are we to creating a curriculum again? Because I remember growing to school in the 70s and 80s. Right. If you get to high school, there's auto mechanics as a class, and they've taken that from us. Right. How close are we to, as a people, let's take a page from what the Black Panthers were doing, and we'll create our own schools? And I know Sister Maxine Waters over there in Compton and Watts has a program already, but I mean, how close are we to making that?
We are already there. It's a huge movement going on right now all over the country. You have homeschoolers popping up. You got charter schools popping up, and people are literally taking their children out of school. Matter of fact, there's a conference in Atlanta in June, July they want me to come to and talk about what's going on. They like thousands, hundreds of thousands of people around the world, around America, have pulled their children out of the public school system and said, TJ, can you come through and teach them? Wow. Can I buy some of your DVDs and show my young people what's going on? Can we follow you? I'm like, do you know how that made me feel to hear that? These families, these parents have trusted in my knowledge.
They have faith in your program. I mean, man, let me tell you a quick story. My daughter was an honor roll student all the way until her final year at middle school. And she did a paper on African American something. And my ex-wife and I, we moved out to the suburbs when we started having kids, and the majority of her teachers ain't black. I'll just say that. Right. So an ain't black teacher gave my daughter her first C. She came home in tears. I didn't live with her at the time, but I talked to her, and my ex-wife told me, the baby is crying. Why? Because a teacher didn't give her an A on a paper. And she's very articulate. She knows how to do punctuation. She did everything right except bow down and humble herself to a curriculum that was wrote not in people of color's best interest. Right. So this teacher, who probably been teaching for, 15, 20 years, has been going by her standard educational books. And when what my daughter put on paper didn't agree with what she thought was the truth, she said, well, I'll give you a C, your first C, and you won't be that honor roll student that you thought you were going to be. It was difficult for me to explain to my daughter welcome to the world that you live in. There will be people who will see your brilliance, your work ethic, and your diligence, and your fervor to be great. And if you don't stand up for what they're trying to kick to you, if you don't assimilate and become what it is they need you to be, they will remind you. You couldn't fail her. She turned in everything. She did everything.
That goes back to what we're dealing with now. Gentrification. You got people all over the world, all over America, who saying, you know what, I'm just going to move somewhere more affordable. We're not going to fight. We're not going to stay here and argue with them. We're not going to try to keep these houses. We're just going to sell, take that little money, and we out of here. I'm finna walk away with $300,000 cash profit on my house. I'm taking that and I'm going out here to the suburbs. But they don't factor in because they don't know that their children gonna go through it. Same thing. I got the same story. My daughter goes to school. She one of three black children
in her class.
In the whole school.
My goodness.
The whole school, brother. And they put me through changes. They're like, "Are you renting that house?" I said, "I thought it said for sale when I."
But what does it matter?
And then I had to bring in a document, my mortgage, a copy of my mortgage statements, proving that I was the owner. I'm like, I thought I was supposed to bring in, if anything, some type of rental agreement or something. That wasn't good enough. No, we don't want a rental agreement. We want proof that you own that house. Because they was looking for any way possible to get me out of there. But fast forward the story, they tried to fail my daughter in kindergarten.
Wow.
I said, what's the matter? She can't finger paint?
How you going to assess her intelligence
at
in kindergarten anyway?
So your average person would have just said, wow, they said that she's not smart. They're going to keep her back. They know what they're talking about. I'm like, nah. I'm not having that. We're going to get her a tutor. That's y'all fault. How y'all let her go this far and didn't tell me? Now all of a sudden you want to keep her back? I said, that ain't going to happen. That's your fault. So we're going to move her to the first grade, and I'm going to hire her some tutors. Where you know where some tutors at? Y'all got free tutoring? Dude, I paid for tutoring, and then all of a sudden I come to the assembly 8-9 months later, and what happens? They giving an award to all the volunteer tutors that been tutoring the at-risk youth at the school, and I was under belief that my daughter was the only one that was behind.
Wow.
And the teacher didn't talk to me from that day forward because she knew I was coming for her. You know what I'm saying?
She knew you were a concerned parent that's not going to just, they want to shuffle our children through the system. If you fall through the cracks, don't worry about it. We got the prison industrial complex waiting for you if you're a knucklehead. And you can see, and I try to remind kids all the time. One of my guests, Dr. Umar Johnson, he emphasized how important it is that we educate our young. And my oldest daughter is a teacher. She passed the CBES, and she works as an educator. And I didn't get it until I saw her in action. My daughter cares about not just the little black children, but she cares about children in general. She has a love for those babies. And if that is not part of your DNA and part of your makeup, and you may have some reserves in your mind or some preconceived notions of people who don't look like you, you'll shuffle them right through the system. So here's my question as far as homeschooling. I mentioned some of the traits and skills that have been taken out of school because they want to put you on the mouse wheel and teach you how to work in a cubicle and, do data entry on a computer, on a keyboard, like a mouse on a wheel. We may not have the facilities, the buildings that, in my mind comes up with, but the programs that will lead toward entrepreneurial ownership. Name some of the things that, our children definitely need. And we're talking a financial literacy and...
We definitely need financial literacy. We need to learn how to do everything that revolves around us. If we got light bulbs in the house, we need to learn how to change a light bulb. If we got ceiling fans, we need to learn how to fix them.
Quantum physics.
We need to learn how to do carpentry. We all live in houses. We need to learn how to work on houses, build houses, repair houses.
Masonry.
And upgrade houses. Masonry, grass, landscaping, all of that is multi-billion and trillion-dollar industries. But check this out. Let's take that to the next level. So why did they pull that type of stuff out of the school systems? Because they knew with this new technology that's coming, that's called a computer and internet.
Put your head down.
If these guys come in here and they turn around and they learn carpentry, which they already know it, they're already building the houses. Because look, who was doing all that stuff back during slavery? We were.
Yeah.
We were the only ones working.
For free.
We had all the knowledge. We had all the trades. The auto mechanic, we had everything. We did it all. Now all of a sudden they realize things is changing. We can't afford for them to be too smart because they're starting businesses, and that's the biggest threat. So what happens when they turn around and learn a trade? Trades are pathways to wealth. Meaning, when you learn a trade, say for example, you learn how to build houses from the ground up, right? Then you realize, you say, hey, I got an idea for a cool door handle. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me flash back. I was just at Ike and Tina Turner's old house in View Park, California. Tina Turner designed the inside door handles to be like when you open in that door, you grabbing her hand.
Oh, and it's still the same.
It's still there to this day.
Oh, that's good.
They sold that house in '72, and the doctor brother who bought it, it was like a time capsule. He left the house as is. But my point is that door handle, right? How about Tina Turner mass-produced those door handles? People all around the world said, "Oh my God, I want an original Tina Turner door handle. They're only $300." And she get a sales for 10 million of them around the world. If she can sell 10 million albums, why she can't sell 10 million door handles?
Intellectual property. Someone told me the greatest export now from the United States, it used to be bullets and tanks and airplanes, but the largest export is intellectual property. It is what you own that you create.
That was me all day, brother. The most stolen thing on the planet is ideas. So we got to protect our intellectual property. That's why these schools are being targeted by the corporations, and Apple donates all these computers to the schools, and we all excited. But what's the main apps on the computers? Oh, design your own video game. So you got these young kids, they coming up with these brilliant ideas of video games.
Who owns that, though?
But who owns it?
Wow.
Apple. Apple owns all of
Thanks, kids.
Already signed. Yeah, thank you for your ideas. Wow, you guys are dropping 1,000 of them a month. You know what I'm saying? And they're selling ideas for $1 billion. Boom, 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 boom. You know? So that's why it's important. You cannot learn how to be a manufacturer and create. Put it like this: if Tina Turner would have opened a business and started which she had the money, and started manufacturing her own door handles. Think about it right now. I probably have all her products in my house right now. I got some Tina Turner door handles in the front doors. I got the lesser brands on my back doors, my bedroom doors. And then, wait a minute, she rolled into, now she's making faucets. You see what I'm saying? So this is why it's important for us. It don't have to just be Tina Turner. It could be anybody.
Okay, here's my question too. What about the predators out there who may see an opportunity to convince you to send me your money? One of the things that comes to mind is Bitcoin. Send me your money. We're going to get rich. Intellectual property. I just thought of this great idea. Get behind me and I'm going to make you rich. I mean, how do we maneuver? I mean, because all of this is brand new. All of what we're talking about is new.
Well, what's going on, brother? Whenever you have an influx of housing sales where the real estate prices is going through the roof, you're going to have distractions. Where me and you sitting here on the radio show, I'm going to drop some knowledge and say, Ed, real estate is popping. Let's get all your callers together and let's all start groups and organizations where we going to buy real estate.
The block. We buying the block.
We doing more than buying the block. We buying the city.
The number to call is 310-910-9676. We buying the city.
We just found out that they're going to put the Rams Stadium in Inglewood. So we coming together, y'all, at 3 o'clock tomorrow at iHeartRadio, blah, 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 and we're going to pool our monies and we buying all the land around the stadium.
Because there's no rent control.
Right, so we're going to buy up everything. That's what we should be doing, right? But no, what are we talking about? Bitcoin is popping.
I got to get in on that Bitcoin.
Buy the Bitcoin. Don't worry about the real estate. I've had people get on the stage in a public speaking platform and say, I had some real estate, and the real estate tanked, and I lost everything. But I'm glad for Bitcoin. Man, they sit down, but sit there. I'm like, man, give me something. Let me just throw something at this idiot. And I wanted to go there on him because I'm like, why are you doing that? You know,
someone sold him a dream.
You didn't know what you was doing. You see what I'm saying? Because historically, all the real estate people that I know, my friends, did very well. Mm-hmm. You don't hear us talking about real estate. When you hear us talk about it, we talk about great things because we knew when to buy and when to sell.
Did your homework.
You see what I'm saying? It's more than just doing your homework. You really got to pay attention and listen. You see what I'm saying? I got to listen. You say, what, Ed? You just bought a house in Palmdale and you missed it the first week? You went out there to get it for $129 in the first phase and you had to wait 3 months and get it in the second phase, but they went up $50,000? I'm like, where exactly was that, Ed? Because I would like to make $50,000 off my money in 3 months. You see what I'm saying?
I feel you.
We got to pay attention to that type of stuff.
Actually, I bought my house in the first stage under $125 back in 1990 something. It is currently appraising for $300.
See what I'm saying? So that's where the historical amounts of wealth, like right now, historical amounts of wealth is being created in real estate. I'm coaching all these folks, and all the white folks is talking about real estate. They flying in from all around the world, the Asians and everybody. My high-end 1% of the family, black folks, or the black folks who know what's going on, they talking about real estate. Everybody else
lost
Bitcoin. Which he said, we're going to get. And then the same cast that was trying to sell me some Bitcoin is the same cast that was trying to sell me gold a couple years ago. But they don't talk about gold no more, do they? Why?
Well,
it's down.
Well. They silenced Gaddafi trying to make gold the money standard in Africa, and that would have affected the euro. That would have affected the dollar. That would have affected the yen. And the United States decided we will pull you out in the middle of the street and shoot you to show the rest of the world. If you talking about messing with my dollar again, we will make an example. We will DP you in the worst way. Now that whole region is in turmoil and chaos, and you can buy slaves and body parts in Libya because the United States.
They said his son just got out too after 6 years of prison or something like that.
Man, he better leave politics alone.
Man,
I hope he got some money saved up somewhere so he can.
That'd be nice.
Man, because I'm gonna tell you.
You know what, brother? Let's get back to the main topic of what's going on in the community. What can our people do today to make money and cash in on this world, this situation that's going on with this gentrification and redevelopment going on around the country? We got to do the trades, like you said. If you can't afford to be an investor and go in and scoop up some of this real estate, just like right now, we got the fires going on. Brother, with me and you thinking, oh, that's sad. Let's send some water out there. Let's help these brothers. Them investors is like, ooh,
let's buy up all these
out there and let's go. Ma'am, I'm sorry your house burned down, and I'm sorry you didn't get your insurance paperwork. But I tell you what, I know it was worth $1.8 million, but I'm willing to give you $200,000 cash if you sign right here. And I got some stuff down in LA that I can put you in until you find you something temporarily. I can move you right now. And they're like, wow, you're right. Let me get my family out the street. We living in the school campus in the gymnasium. You see what I'm saying? Lost everything. They just like, yeah, that's a lot of money. Go ahead.
People don't know what their next move is.
Yeah. So fast forward the story, getting back to it, we got to start talking about the trades, because when you start working with the trades, for example, I was in Antelope Valley over there behind the mall, living in the custom home neighborhood, the ranch properties, Shadow Acres.
I know, yeah.
Had a house over there sitting on 2.3 acres. You understand me? When I called the guy, I said, hey, I need a brick wall around my house.
That retaining wall.
Oh, yes.
Rebarb in it.
To hire to protect all them cars.
Yeah.
I didn't want the neighbors driving by like, is that a Rag 59 out there? Is that a 57 Rag in dude's backyard? Man, they was knocking on the door. I said, man, let me put up a wall. What you think they charged me to put that wall? The price of putting up a brick wall around 2.5 acres.
Some thousands.
100,000.
Yeah.
How much you think it costs for the materials and supplies?
Probably close to $7 to $8 grand.
$23,000. So can we say that was a nice $80-something thousand
that somebody even put in their pocket for labor?
In profit? So them brothers that's in the little Hispanic brothers that's pushing around in the little Toyota pickup trucks, and we feel sorry for them because they always dirty.
They getting paid.
They are paid. So that was a front. So we thought they was doing bad. We felt sorry for them, but we not realizing that they over there, even the gardener. We like, man, okay, I got my 2.3 acres, and I want some palm trees up. I'm going to put a pool in there, and I want to have palm trees lining my driveway. Palm trees is 10 racks a piece. You think they pay 10 racks each for them?
You probably went to a grow farm and paid about $80.
Exactly. Went to the grow farm, picked them up about $1,500, $2,000. If they didn't catch a foreclosure house in L.A. and
snatch you
them,
right out the ground,
and went and stole them, you see them? Some people don't know that game.
Man.
People don't know that game. You know where all them palm trees go from? That was all back in L.A. all throughout the years. They just been disappearing one house at a time. Every time they go in foreclosure, you got a whole crew show up. You're like, I thought they lost the house and it was empty. Who gave them a permission to dig that tree up? Nobody questioning that. But anyway, getting back to the point of it, I like to be solution based.
Yes.
We all know the problem.
Yes.
Let's talk about the solutions. The gardeners is making way more money than y'all thinking. Matter of fact, he's making way more than those college guys is making. Guy turn around and sell some palm trees. The guy says, "Hey, I want you to put some sod in my backyard. I need 5,000 square feet of sod. I need some palm trees. My wife wants some roses over there. What are you gonna charge me? Oh man, the palm trees is 10,000 a piece. You need about 25 of them. You need roses, 10,000 square feet of sod. Blah blah blah. Oh, you want a pool too, right? Okay, I'm gonna call.
That's 20 grand right there. I know.
That's 50 to 70. That's $500,000, depending on if you want boulders and you like. I want to be like Hugh Hef.
A simple
I want the grotto and all of that. You
look, a simple kidney 6-foot swimming pool was about 25 grand when I first moved up to Palm. Right. Here's a question for you, brother. The $80,000 I was going to spend on my college education, instead of going that way, so I could be a professional and compete in a market that may or may not get me a job, instead of doing that, I'm going to invest in the homeschool and the curriculum that, in my mind, it don't exist yet, but an international curriculum that I can go, you know what, I'm going to go to Black World Education dot whatever, and boom, I have a passion and desire to be a fill in the blank. I don't want to spend my 80 grand at Cal State or University of. I'm going to go to this program that is, going to qualify me in a short period of time to go out there and be able to immediately start earning income. That is the vision I have, and it don't have to be homeschooled. It could be we partnered with LA Unified. We partnered with one of these entities who already have facilities that teach, and then we want to say, okay, we want to add our curriculum. How close is that day, brother?
It's already here, good brother. We are in a race to open up schools. I'm looking for some investors to open up some TJ schools around America.
That's what I'm talking about.
Meaning, so come on, LeBron James.
Kobe. I'm on your head, Mr. Bryant.
I'm going to talk about what you talk about for a minute. Let's talk about your sports guys. Colleges collapsing, right? 90% of college graduated students with degrees are unemployed, right?
Wow.
So our believing in college is starting to diminish. So
not working.
What's happening now?
Not for everybody.
Now all of a sudden LeBron James gets in it. He's gonna donate $100 million or something back then. What they say, he put in millions of dollars to put these college students in college, right?
Yeah.
But I thought college was free. Why he got to put up $100 million or whatever he put?
College is not free.
College ain't free. But okay, so let's go back, rewind. So guess what? That didn't work. Just because you put all these kids in college, where are they working at? They're not finding jobs. So what is LeBron's doing now? Oh, now he's talking about starting up his first school. So what's happening is it's a distraction, because people like me and you, like, you know what, let's open our own thing. We can start off over here in this little building next door. We can get about 25 students up in there, and then we'll gradually grow. Like Umar is working on his school. I sit down with the brother and was talking about business and how to do his school. Fast forward the story, is a nationwide push going around the country, because the reality is 99.75% of college graduates will not be able to purchase the home they grew up in. Y'all want me to repeat myself?
That's most of y'all.
99.75% of college graduates do not make $80,000 a year by using the particular whatever it was
skill set
that they took in college. So fast forward the story. What does that mean? It takes $100,000 to qualify for a $500,000 house, and we got $500,000 houses in Compton. So
in Compton,
you think they running in Carson and Hawthorne and
Ladera,
Dallas Verdes and Ladera Heights? I'm looking at one for $1.5 million, the one that brother and them lived in. Ike and Tina's house,
1.5,
and that was a basic house. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't no view. It wasn't nothing major about it. But fast forward the story, you cross over the major streets, you in the hood. So my point is, I'm thinking to myself, no college graduates will be living in this neighborhood at anything over $600,000 unless
they got to connect.
Unless doctors, lawyers, who else? Engineers, people like that. Ask yourself. We got to get out of that whole mindset. We throw young people in college and we think, oh, he's good. He's in college. She's in college. We ain't got to worry about nothing else no more. They're good. We've done our due diligence. They're there.
Good luck with your life, child. You're on your way with $80,000 or $120,000 worth of debt tied to you. You're going to be all right. Good luck. Get out of my house.
But I'm not here to blast college. I know people say you always do that. So I'm going to change things around and say we need to look at the facts. If I keep putting money into this car and it ain't working,
that's good money after bad.
I got to realize I need something better. This car is no longer good anymore because you didn't put 20, 30,000 in it and you ain't able to drive it. You on the bus all the time. You lifting everywhere.
But you still steady.
But you still put money in it. You think you $50 or $500 away from it being workable. So you got to just give up on that and try something different. So what's going on with college? Education should not mean 4 years of college. Education should mean come sit down with people like me and take my
practical
coaching.
Application.
Yes.
Until you're ready.
They can sit down with a person like me, a wealth coach, and they say, hey, TJ, I want to be a millionaire. I know that you made money like that in your business. Can you help me start mine? Absolutely. How did you do it? Oh, well, this is how I did it. How much are you going to charge me, TJ? Well, give me $5,000 for my training, and I will definitely help you get to where you want to get. And then all of a sudden, you got people saying, well, I want my child to get a good job. Well, that costs more. You got to put them in college. That's going to cost you between $100,000 to $300,000, depending on what they take.
And there's no guarantee?
There's no guarantee. So that's broken. College is nobody's asking people. I always hear about, oh, he's at Morehouse, she's at Southern, but I never hear about that.
Morehouse and Southern are both good looks, by the way.
They great look. They look good, but you never hear after the fact of what are they doing now.
They paying back school debt loans.
They're not homeowners. They're struggling in debt. In fact, they've left you, the mother and the dad, at 60 and 70 years old, out here by yourself because they had to move to Louisiana and find something more affordable.
And they letting you know, Mom and Dad, I need money.
Right.
So even though you help pay for college, you ain't done getting. Listen. We have to do something different. Like I said earlier, they keep moving the goalposts on us. Last year, in the city of downtown Long Beach, the average rent was $1,600 to $1,700 a month. Fast forward to 2017, where they put up all those big, beautiful new high rises and condos and stuff. The average rent is now $3,000 $6,000 a month. Now, almost 65, between 65 and 70% of the people who live in the downtown Long Beach area are renters. So that leaves less than 30% of the people who live and work in that area homeowners. Yep. Personally, and I love Long Beach, I could not afford to live in some areas in Long Beach now because the rent is too damn high. That is a very common problem that the rest of the country is going to start having to deal with, you guys. We better get in front of it and get ahead of it before you one of these
solutions. Let's hit them with some solutions. Landscapers is making money hand over fist. First of all, we're talking about gentrification. What does gentrification mean? It means they're redeveloping the area.
It means you poor folks got to go.
They kicking the poor folks out who can't afford, like you said, they raising the rent. So now they kicking out folks out of the community. They playing games. Wall Street has become investors in our communities. They own it. Now it's not about you got a cool landlord. It's like Wall Street got guidelines that if you're 2 days behind on your rent, you got to go. So fast forward the story. What are the solutions? Who's not affected by these high prices? Who's thriving in this economy?
Follow the money.
Redevelopment. What does redevelopment mean? That means there's people in Beverly Hills that paid $500,000 for their houses in the 80s. Now they're worth $3 million today.
Wow.
They decided, they say, wow, we can move down to LA and buy a house that's 10 miles from the beach and tear it down. It's only $500. We can buy a whole block. You see what I'm saying? We can buy the block. You know what I'm saying?
We need to buy the block.
They're buying the block.
Right.
They're buying. We talking about buying the block back. They're buying the city. You see what I'm saying? So fast forward the story. What do we need? We need more carpenters because you got mass construction going on around the country. We need more welders. We need more masonry. We need
machinists.
More people. Man, let's put it like this, brother. Let me talk about the trades. When the plasma TVs first came out, one of my partners said, TJ, them TVs was $15,000. I was getting like $1,000 to hang them on walls.
Wow.
I was knocking out like 8 a day. Crazy.
Price then went way down.
Yeah, so now what are they charging to hang a TV? You go in a place, what is it, $120 or something like that, and then you don't just buy it. You don't want to hang one.
Right.
You got folks, people got 6 or 7 TVs in their house. So imagine at $100 a pop, you got all these brand new houses popping up, remodeled houses, redeveloped houses, redone condos popping up everywhere, and everybody want to hang TVs on the wall. So what are you talking about, $100 a pop? Your average home is paying you $500. Living room, master bedroom, two children's rooms, one in the kitchen just for the wife to cook. That's $500.
And one in the game room for the man cave.
See what I'm saying? 6. Oh, wait a minute. The woman cave is in the back room. Now we get the fellas. We got to have one in the garage, right?
Something.
And then we really want to get funky, and we got one out back by the pool. So we say roughly a cat can make $1,000 for the whole house now. Now we talking about when the neighbors see him hanging all those TVs, they want theirs done. The next door neighbors see theirs. So now we talking about the guy hanging TVs. That ain't no college degree. Now we talking about when I came and said, hey, I want a brick wall at my house, right? The neighbor came over there.
Hey, love your wall. Yeah.
Love your work. I saw you get down. I saw you did it in a timely manner. And TJ said you did it for a good deal. Can you give me the same price? I'm his neighbor. I got the same amount of land. Next thing you know, boom, he goes straight across the street, another $100,000. Then the neighbor, now he got 3-4 more appointments, and he ain't even moved off my block yet because of all these neighbors. So now, does the masonry guy that's stacking bricks got a college diploma? But we not picking on college. We just talking about other ways of making money. How about the brother that said, you know what? I like these bricks, but I got an idea for a better brick with some designs in it. Like different people that like different things. So I'm going to put your initials in the bricks. It's going to cost you an extra per brick, an extra $2.
Extra $1, $2.50 a brick.
A person say, I just dropped $100,000. What's another 100? What's another 12, 15 grand to have custom bricks and be the only one in the neighborhood with it? So now you became a manufacturer. You see what I'm saying? Now you got people all around the world saying, I want some custom bricks too with my initials. I want one with my favorite team on it. Can you do that? Now all of a sudden they become a multi-billionaire just like that. Why did he come up with that idea? Because he's stacking bricks every day, and he saw the vision of how I could do this. Just like when I was working on those cars, I got tired of building these 59s, and they always rusted in the trunk, Ed. I'm like, man, I got to call out to Palmdale and find, man, you got anything in Palmdale? Nope. You got anything in Arizona? I need to find an old 59 that I can buy it so I can cut the pieces off and weld on this convertible.
Now you out of state with it.
Now I'm out of state. Oh, you got one in Mississippi? I'm like, dang. The problem is only these parts is the rust is this much, this long on both sides. I can't walk into Chevrolet and get them. Car over 50 years old. Now I'm shipping the car all the way from Mississippi on the back of a trailer. It cost me $1,000 to get the car, $500 for the car, and then when I get it, it got a little rust on it, but it's better than. I just, you know what, brother, I'm tired of this. Let me figure this out and design my own trunk rain gutters. And guess what? To this day, I made them. I've been shipping them things around the world ever since, because guess what? Chevy made about $500,000, if not $1 million, of those 59 convertibles in hard tops. And guess what? Not only the 59s was rusting, the 60s, the 64s, the 72s, the 57s, all of them rusting in the trunk. So people have been buying them for everything. But if I had not had that trade of knowing how to weld or how to put a car back together, I would have never thought that I can make this thing myself. I can become a manufacturer myself. So that's why you can't look at the trades and say they don't make enough money.
Right.
Because let's keep it real. You might not find a job in it, but if you start a business in it, you become a multi-millionaire in this economy, because look at all the amount of cars being sold right now. California is the biggest auto place on the planet. They got more cars sold in California than anywhere else on the planet. But yet, do we got children in school to learn how to change brakes?
Or going to school to become the engineers to design the new car. Tesla is building factories right here in the Southland. You are listening to the voice, the brilliant mind of Brother Thomas T.J. Loftin, and he's trying to gear your mind away from jobs or working for someone else. He's trying to give you that same entrepreneurial step out on faith and believe in yourself and want to be your own boss mentality. And everybody not built like that, brother. A lot of people are simply afraid. A lot of people simply are sheep and don't have the confidence and don't have the ability to stand and say, you know what, I can be my own boss. I can run my own company. I just need someone to give me the guidance and the encouragement and the blueprint that's going to get me there. And we are a radio station. We're going to get to the music. Anyone who would like to call in and has any questions for Brother Thomas T.J. Loftin, the number to call is 310-910-9676. We are streaming live to over 120 countries on TuneIn, Spreaker, iHeart, and iTunes Radio. And we don't want to waste your time. We want to give you solution-based conversation. And personally, you know, without this man sitting by my side, I wouldn't have these solutions. So I want to salute you, brother. And I know there are, you know, positive results coming out of your movement. We're going to get to the music. When we get back, Brother Thomas T.J. Love is going to let you know about, you know, all of the great programs he's got going on already. Like he said, it's already happening. The Renaissance is already here. We just got to get the word out and become a part of it and stop throwing good money after bad and start investing in ourselves. You're listening to Accelerated Radio's Worldwide Underground. It's Friday night, y'all. Let's get into the music.
Socks and sliders everywhere.